Okay, all good. Karen, can you see me now? Can you hear me? Because the live is working now. I'm actually live. I don't know. We had some technical difficulties, but we are live. We are here. We made it. I'm gonna bring you in quickly. Okay, so you can see me and you can hear me. Perfect. 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 Now I actually have to go live on TikTok as well. Are you in, Karen? Okay. Welcome, welcome for those who are joined the live. Let me know if you can hear me properly. Send me a thumbs up if you can hear me so I can see those who joined the live with. We starting. Okay, Tandy is here. Tandy is here. Thank you. Just give me a second. I will be back now. Okay. We're gonna have a nice conversation tonight with Karen. I'm going to bring her on in 1 minute's time. Just bear with me quickly. I just need to charge this laptop also. All right. Welcome, welcome tonight. I see Jonathan is here. Um, welcome to tonight's live. You are in for a nice ride. So let me know, Karen, if you can actually see see us on YouTube and hear us properly on your side. Okay, I'll bring you on in a 1 minute. So get ready. There we go. Things is starting to look good now. Hi, Merrily, and everyone on the charts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are in the house. I'm also going to let me see. Let's bring our guest up. Let's bring our guest up. Um, okay, thanks. Okay, Sanai, thank you. Um, I'm gonna have to bring you on now. Hmm. We tried this now earlier and now it's giving us issues again. Okay. Okay, Karen, you are on the live now. Can everyone see Karen? And can you hear Karen as well? Sanai, can I just ask that you send me the comments, like the screenshots whenever there's a new comment, because now I'm sharing my full screen. So if I go back to the comments, I will share the full YouTube. So I am going to stay on this screen. So for the duration of the live, and then if anyone chat maybe, then you will just send me a screenshot so I can see maybe read the messages. Right. So welcome everyone. I know a few people who's probably gonna jump on like after 6 and but we're gonna delve right into it. Just give me a moment. I'm logging into to TikTok as well. We did invite the TikTok community. So we don't want anyone to miss out the gems tonight that we will share here. It was a good 2 weeks. Or what do you say, Karen, in the markets? How did these 2 weeks treat you? We were disciplined. We did not overtrade. We did not allow the FOMO to get us, even though the market did not present a setup every day. Apparently, they can't hear you. Um, um, so you're saying you can't hear Karen? Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Um, Let me just bring you on, and yeah, I can't hear Karen. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for telling us. I'm just gonna switch something quickly. Karen, if you can let me, before I share my screen, before I bring you on again, I'm going to move you quickly to this tab. Um, can you log out of this and log in again on the link that I'll send you now to your Google? Alright. Get out there. I'll send you a new link for you to log in. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, thank you. So sorry. I do apologize. Just be patient with us. These things happen. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is while we're getting Karen ready, we're gonna share the charts with you, and we're also gonna discuss the trades I took this past 2 weeks. So I'm going to let me just also show the TikTok community what we're looking at here. Um, so we're just having a bit of technical difficulties with our guests, but in the meantime, um, I'm gonna bring her up now. So just bear with us, please. I do ask just for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, quick. I'll sort it out now. It is a bit difficult to bring her on from like her YouTube onto mine. So what I'm gonna do is now just create a link so she can join separately. Um, okay, so I'm basically going to share my full screen with you guys now. Let's not do that. Okay, I'm just trying to get our case onto. Be patient with us, TikTok community and YouTube. So it's now 6 p.m. and we were testing the system from 5:30 already. I was 5:30. We were testing it, and still we have some issues. But yeah, let's do that. Send it to Karen. Okay, it's sent. It should come up now. All right. So thank God when August started as a good month for us because gold was sitting in a consolidation and we were waiting for gold to basically break out of this consolidation, right? So if we check the gold chart now, let me just bring it closer so you can see. This was where the gold was sitting right here on the support, right? Gold was sitting, and then 1st of August, we started to see the breakout happening right here, right? That bullish candle came back into our zone, and then, as you can see, For a long time, gold start was sitting at this support, and now we can see that gold is started the bull run, right? So I'm just waiting for Karen to accept my link, and then we will bring her on to the live. We'll bring I'm also live on YouTube. So if you would like to join from in YouTube, you can also click on the link. Um yeah, so in 1 minute's time I will bring Karen on, and we will discuss a bit on risk management and capital, small capital, big accounts, how to trade these markets. So yeah, just bear with us 1 minute. She will be ready. All right, let's see if we bring her on now, if it's going to work. Did the live now stop working? Okay, Karen, I'm waiting for you. Okay, she said she's in. Let's see. I don't see you. Okay, so let's see if Karen is going to join. As soon as Karen joins, then we will. Just bear with us. Just bear with us. We're trying to bring the guest on. Um, 1 minute. Okay, let me just sort this out quickly. Mm, so sorry. I think she misunderstood me now. Okay, let me just stop sharing this quickly. You know it's gonna be good when there's so many things going wrong. I just know that this is supposed to happen. This is supposed to happen tonight, and that's the reason why. And there's so many hiccups. I'm so stressed out. Apologies. I do apologize. Oh, this is so bad. I do apologize. I know people's time is precious, and I do apologize that we um are struggling with our link currently, or to bring on our case for tonight. Um, but it will be sorted out now in a minute. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, Karen, can you hear me? Can you see me? Let me just check up on her quick. Now Karen is just gone. Like I can't get hold of her. Like um Yes, you must join with Google Meet. You see the link I've sent you now, the second link from my email. Here we go. Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. And hopefully everyone can hear you now. Maybe you should can you guys hear? Can you speak so they can maybe hear if they can hear you?
Hi, can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Maralia?
I can hear you. I can hear you
Okay.
clearly. Can you? I'm gonna mute myself on your side. Okay, perfect. So, oh yes. So, um, let me know as soon as there's something happening on the sound side. Put it in the comments because I could also on the other platform just mute myself and then there will be enough. All right, so then we can use your audio through TikTok for YouTube. So welcome, Karen. Welcome. Let me just share my screen with the TikTok audience. This is the first time I'm doing this live. On TikTok as well. We are on YouTube, so go and follow me on YouTube. It's Merrily Trades. Also on my TikTok if you haven't subscribed or haven't followed me. So you've seen the poster, and tonight we are going to discuss how the challenges and also the benefits and the tips when it comes to trading with small accounts, right? So just to introduce myself, my name is Marley. I am a day trader. I've been trading for the past 5 years. It's almost 6 years. End of this month, it's 6 years actually. And I have developed my strategy. So I also was a beginner in 2019, 2020. And I basically took a few courses and then did not get anything out of that courses. And I joined one last course in 2022, and that's when I started to develop my own strategy, right? And since that time I am trading that strategy. It is a strategy that you can duplicate, so you can trade it on all types of markets. It's not 100% profitable strategy, or not profitable, not 100% win rate strategy, but it's a profitable strategy. So we're going to discuss more about that tonight. We're going to delve right into what does that mean. How can you be profitable in this markets? Can you be profitable with trading with small capital? And what should your mindset be like, right? So I am excited tonight because we have a special guest. It's not just me that's going to talk, it's also going to be a mentee of mine, someone who joined our academy 3 years ago. Karen she's a trader, and she has been cooking this markets also. And but one thing I always say about Karen is she's a very disciplined trader. She stands out of because of a discipline. And tonight we're going to discuss things like risk management, which we know is very important for your success in trading. And also we're going to discuss psychology when it comes to trading psychology, and also just life, because one thing it is that trading is not just about charts. So we're gonna delve right into it. It's also about the trader, right? So we're gonna focus tonight on the trader behind the charts. So welcome, Karen. Welcome to the live. Greet everyone. You are live on TikTok and you're also live on YouTube. And all the community members is also watching you tonight. So just greet everyone.
Thank you for inviting me, Maralia. It's really a privilege for me. And hi everybody. I hope you guys will learn from the session that we're having. Because we are all here to learn.
Great
Yeah.
stuff. Great stuff. So let's let's start at the beginning, right? When you were a beginner 3 years ago, you were a fresh beginner trader, and you did not start with a big account size, right? First, tell the people what are you trading,
I'm trading gold.
and you only
And
focus on gold.
I only focus on gold. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever traded any other pairs?
GBP USD. At the beginning, yeah, I tried that also.
Yeah, but you stick with gold.
Yes.
So, what was the biggest challenges that you faced in the beginning of your journey trading with a small account?
The challenge with that is, I mean, it's little money.
Mm.
So you have to be disciplined. You have to manage your risk. And I only started with the 0.01, but my main focus was that because when you start with that little money, you can't really go into making profit. My main focus was just, to try and manage that 1,000 rand. Because my principle is if you can manage it little, you will be able to manage the many. So I started with that and I only entered 0.01 with one position or two positions. If I make a 20 Rand at a trade, I was happy. If I make a 70 Rand, I was happy with that. Because my main focus was just to learn because remember when you trade with a demo have a lot of money. So your emotions is different. So I had to focus on first my emotions with that little money. And I mean 1,000 Rand is a lot of money for us. It's not little like for other people. So 1,000 Rand, you can do a lot with it. So for me, that was the biggest challenge. Try to manage that, and also working on my emotions at the same time.
So you're saying that what was your goal at that time with the 1,000 rand account when you started it with 1,000 rand?
My goal for that was try to grow that and be able to manage it, especially with a risk.
Mm.
Because I believe that if I can grow my 1,000 to more, I will be able to, work with more money and grow my account. So my main focus was just learning to manage my emotion and to manage my risk. It wasn't about making profit or anything like that.
Mm.
Yes, I wanted to make profit, but the little that I made, if I can make a 20 Rand today, a 70 Rand tomorrow, that was my main focus, that I will just be at least in profit. And if I see no, today is not the day, I will stay out and leave out just like we've learned. Because you can't keep trying with such a little account. You leave it and you stay fresh. And then you have to stick also to your risk. That 1% or 2% lose. If you lose that because I'm in a 1% or 2% with 1,000 Rand, it's a lot. If you are not going to manage it, you will see how it's shrinking and decreasing. So
But I hear what you're saying. So basically, and that's also what I believe is that you can't your approach, your expectation must be, you must check your expectation when you start
yes,
trading. So you must also be realistic. With 1,000 rand, I cannot expect that I will make withdrawals every week with 1,000 rand. You focused
no,
on growing that. I remember you sent me screenshots. I made 70 rand today. I made eight, literally from 1,000 rand, and you grew that 1,000 rand over a few months, right? It wasn't days, it wasn't weeks, it was a few months. And then only what happened, you add capital, or did you just grow the account to maybe to a certain amount and then started to risk bigger? What was your approach?
I first grew my account from 1,000 to 5,000 Rand. That
Okay.
was my main focus. So when I got to 5,000 Rand, I add another five to that to make
Okay, so
it.
now you had a 10K.
And then I had a 10K. And then from there, I started, up my risk. I think it was to 0.02. And then I started, trading more and then grew it from the 10 to 20. And from 20, it went up and up. And as it go, every time when it grew with a 10K up, I will also increase my risk.
Mm. So let's talk a bit about your education, right? When you came to me, you were a complete beginner trader. You were not a YouTube watcher like many traders are. When they join a mentorship or when they join someone's course, they've been in several courses. They've been in signal groups. That you were completely new to the market. So I do think I want to point that out, because you're saying to us that you grew that 1,000 to 5,000, and then what gave you that confidence to add a 5K to your account, and then now starting to risk, because now your lot size also changed. So I don't want to talk about the money. I want to understand what gave you that confidence that after you grew from 1,000 to 5,000, was it the education, was it the structure, Was it what gave you that confidence?
I feel that it was the education, that the training that you gave us, because remember, you don't just give us training, you also give us like risk management. You give us all of that. You show us, wait for a full break-in structure, wait for that pullback, and then enter when you see. And if you see it doesn't give you an entry, stay out. I followed those processes. I followed those principles. Even if I did something wrong, I will go back and see, okay, I will do my journal, like you said, where did I go wrong? Where can I improve? Try to improve that. Try to focus on my risk management, my discipline, because I also lack in there. So I had to work on that also, to get it right. And by following all these principles and following the process and the structure, and make sure that if I enter, I enter at the right time. So at the beginning, I just tried with you to make sure, because that is how I've learned, and I grew my account, and when I grew that account, that actually gave me the confidence, because from 1,000 to 5,000, that gave me the confidence that, I can do this.
Yes.
With your help and your support and your teaching and your mentorship, I can make it. You understand?
Yes.
And then from there, I grew it. I only started trading on my own later on, when I had more capital.
Yes, definitely. And that is so important, because you did not try to change our strategy. You did not try to come and change the process that I've taught you, because like I said, it's a duplicatable strategy. And I don't want the glory, or it's not even about that. It's about giving the trader a structured process that they can follow and become on their own an independent trader. That is why from the beginning, my mentorship is not a signal group. It's not this. I always say that I will never call it a signal group, because it's all about the education, right? So I give my analysis, whereas other signal groups, they will give you they will give you an entry, and then they will say enter, and they won't even give you a stop loss, or they won't even explain what is the reason why we're taking trades, what is the reason why we're sitting out of those trades. Because it's about the education, equipping the trader to have those tools. Like, now that you have the strategy, now that you have the knowledge, now you can go into proper risk management and starting to look at ways how to grow your capital, right? So, Karen, I wanted to know also, what account size do you think a trader should focus more on? Consistency? What would you say, in your opinion, when it comes to account size? If your account size is maybe say 10K, let's use that example. If your account size is 10K and you're trading gold, should the trader focus on consistent growth, or should they focus on withdrawals?
I would say with a 10K, you can't focus on withdrawals at that stage. I would say focus on growing your account. Because at that stage, your risk is still a bit low. Your risk is still 0.02. So if you're going to keep taking, if your whole goal is to make money from gold and to be able to be profitable and withdraw with that, working on a 10K and taking from that 10K, I would say that is not really going to grow. If you do need money, and you need to make exceptions from time to time, that's a different case. But as long as you know your account still grow. But I wouldn't say from 10K, because when I was at 10K, my main focus was still growing my account. Because that you still traded a 0.02 and a 0.02. If you look at the 1%, it is 0.02. What is your 1%? How much entries you can make, and how much you are able to make from the 10K. Yes, you can withdraw, but then your account won't be able really to grow, because as you make the money, you're going to have to take the money. So your account is going to stay at 10K if you keep taking from it, if you keep making withdrawals. So there's nothing wrong with making withdrawals if you want to, but then you must know your account is not going to grow. It's just going to stay at that 10K.
Okay, so traders have different goals and they should stick to what works for them, right? Because
Yes, yeah.
sometimes your goal is to grow the account to a certain bigger amount so you can have enough capital to increase the risk. But with that also comes increased risk. You need also the mental capacity to deal with the drawdowns, to deal with
Yes.
when your stop loss gets hit, right? So talk about that. How do you handle drawdowns? So how do you, when you had a bad day, how does it normally affect you?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I'm fine and I'm happy. I'm accepting it." Yes, it does get emotionally to a person because it's your money. I mean, whether it's money that you made profit from, it's still your money because once you win that money, you feel it's yours. So it does get to you emotional, but we need to be in control of our emotions. We mustn't let our emotions control. So that is the difference between the two. If a person tell me, "Oh, I'm not emotional," that person is actually lying, especially with us. That is depending on our money. We need that money. So I am emotional, but I try to control that emotion and not let the emotion control. Because once you let the emotion control you, that is where we make mistakes and where we make decisions. And if I see a drawdown, especially if I know I'm in a certain amount of capital, and I see they come, I take some of my profit and then I will
Yes,
leave some of
love
it to
it, love
see
it.
because you can't wait if
It's
you
not
see
a
you
sin
are
to
now
take
in
profit,
profit.
right?
Yeah, if I see there's a drawback, I'm not going to wait for you to get to my entry
And that's what
or
I
get
always
to.
preach, right? Even if it gets close to the TP, guys, you must take profit.
Yes.
I know in the beginning, right? I always preach that you must be disciplined and we trust the full process, right? We wanted we aim to let the trade play out to our TP. But if you are up, for instance, 90 pips, almost 97 pips, and it didn't hit your take profit, and you are busy growing your account,
Take that.
what is
Take
more important? Take that money or like hoping that it's gonna hit the TP exactly where it's, you know how that's also I believe in securing profits because I have seen also in my journey as like if I aim to get every time perfect entry, perfect exit, it's not always gonna happen. You're not always going to get that perfect setup. You know, it's some days you have to take what the market gives you,
yes.
but then
Yes.
it's like you're saying, grow. If you focus is on growing your capital, then seeing the account balance growing, regardless of how much it is, because there's days when we make big money, and then there's days when we make small money, right? But those,
Yes.
it will always add up to at the end of the month. You will start seeing that there was increase in your account balance, right?
Yes. And that is an important thing for me. If I make a 5,000 today and tomorrow I make 1,000, I'm happy. I haven't lost any money. I at least made profit because that is my main focus to increase my account. And I'm still busy. I mean, I've been trading now for how long, and I'm still busy growing my account because all of our financial states is different. So you're gonna trade and you're gonna manage a trade based on your financial situation because I don't know what your finances is. So
Mm.
we all have different ways of how we're gonna manage our
So
trades
so true.
based on our finances.
So true. I see there's a question here on YouTube. So what is the comfortable amount when one can actually start making withdrawals? You answer that one.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on you. It depends on you as a person. For me, my comfortable stage when I started taking withdrawals is when I reach a 50K account. That is a time that I feel okay. I can take some of my profit, 50% of my profit, and 50% I still leave there to still allow my account to grow. So
Hmm.
that was for me, that worked for me at the 50K account to take 50% of my profits, but also leave the other 50% to still let my account grow.
Okay, good. So there she answered your question, Tandy. And then I don't know if Corin's gonna answer this one. What is the biggest you've made in one trade? In one trade, you mean, not one day?
Yeah, the biggest I made in one trade is over 30K.
Damn, that's someone's salary, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
over 30K Tandi. Right, I think Tandi's asking because Tandi is new and she wants to be, she's inspired by your journey, right? And like I say, it's that's why I bring you on also, because we would like you to share your process, and you also showing to people that it is possible. Like I like not just coming from me, because obviously people also when you teach in this industry, people, you get a bad rep, but like I have gone through the lessons, I've gone through the failures, and that's how I can share with you guys, and maybe you learn something from it, right? So um when it
Can I
comes,
maybe just can I maybe just add, Maralia?
yes,
People
yes,
mustn't always think that you're gonna get such good setups. It's just you must, see the opportunity and take that opportunity and see what you can get out of it. So you're not always gonna get. That was my biggest was the
day,
ticket.
yes, but
Doesn't
it
mean
wasn't a consistent, like you're
it
gonna
wasn't
make
a
it every day.
consistent.
Yes,
Yeah, yes.
thanks for that. Yes, 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 go on, you can go on.
Okay. What is the next question?
Okay, so I want us to talk about on that point, because you mentioned something there now, that the look, we've seen it, my new traders as well, we've seen that the market is not the same every day, right? We when our setups it hits good, we make like good profit, right? But then there's days when the market is slow, there's days when there's no setup. How important is it that the trader check themselves on those days?
Yeah, I would say, like, for instance, in the morning before we start with the trade, I would do my own analysis first just to see, what's happening. Is it in consolidation? Is it going? Is it downtrend? Is it uptrend? Things like that. So by the time when you come, then I have an idea. There is days that I'm a bit confused, and I think, oh, let me see what Maralia comes up with. But then there's days that I say, okay, me and Maralia, we're on the same page, and things like that. But the thing is, no trade is 100%. That is just an idea. And Maralia just say that idea. So anything can happen. There is many times when a trade plays out quick, then wow, this was quick, and then we make nice profit. Then there's other days where we test our patience. It
Come on,
sits at a
talk about
certain
it.
point and it doesn't
It
move and it
takes
doesn't move, and you
hours
feel like,
before it plays out.
yes, and it goes up and then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down. There's times when it comes to our entry and then it goes up again. So and it works on your emotion and tests your emotion. Now days like that, when it comes to our entry and it goes up and I see this, it's coming down, I take my profit. I'm not going to wait for it to get down to the entry. I take what I can get. If we get 10, 100 pips, fine. If we get only 50 pips, fine. We'll take whatever it gives us. But there is days that you can see it want to play. And there's even days that you can see that idea wants to play out. But the
Yes,
market is so manipulating.
yes,
It's coming back. Sometimes it even hit our stop loss.
yeah.
But then we just have to, try again and see. But then we wait. We're not going to just try again. And if you see it's going to hit
Come
your
on.
stop loss, you don't have to wait for the stop loss. Especially there is just times that I can say, oh, this thing is now going to hit our stop loss. Then we leave out. I mean, we even change our strategy now to only 30 pips. Instead of 50, we normally have 50 or 70 pips. We change it now to 30 pips
Yeah.
to make our risk lower, because you can always re-enter again if you see. But if you lose too much money, you won't be able to re-enter, and you
Capital
won't.
preservation is is
Yeah,
important, and
and
that should be your focus, right?
yes, that should be the main focus. Because for me, if I lose too money, it doesn't matter what your account is. If you lose too much money in one trade, you're not going to feel confident to
Oh,
enter.
Mama, talk about the mental capital. Because there's one
Yes,
thing to lose your money on trade, but now you're also losing a bit of confidence, and you're going into the next trade with fear, and you are so nervous, and your emotions is high. You're trying to make back what you lost, and that is where you go into that loop of revenge trading, and you start seeing you losing more and more and more, and then at the end of the day, your confidence is at zero. And it's
yes,
hard
yes,
to come back again. Talk about the
yes.
time when you were in a town, because we share a lot. Talk. Are you comfortable to talk about the period where you felt like you lost your confidence?
Yes, there was a time, and I say that with Maralia, especially last year, December, with that, and realize that, the end of the year, December, the market is
Dead.
is not good. It's dead, and it manipulates you. It just want to take your money.
Yeah.
So we decided at the stage that we're just gonna stop.
Stop. Yeah.
And then January, when we also started, then the war also came in.
Yeah.
So with the war, that was also difficult. Our trades didn't. We even reduced our risk because we've lost so much that we decided, no, 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 no. I'm gonna rather reduce my risk. And I told my relation, oh, this month I'm in a minus, but I'm just glad we reduced our risk because at least that was some of our profits that we lost, and not from our
Own
capital.
money.
We are not from our own money.
Hmm.
But just to
But it
be
was
in a
still
minus,
discouraging.
it was still discouraged. I
Because of
told
your
you, you know
hard
what? I'm
work
so
you put in.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm so scared. I even came down to 0.02.
Yes.
And I stayed at 0.02 because for me, it doesn't matter how big my account. You don't want to be in a minus the end of the month. That tells me that I'm not doing the right thing. There's something wrong. But that is just how the market was. So if you have to
Your lot
reduce. And I
size.
told her, yes. And I told her, you know what? I'm so scared. I was 0.02, then I will just do 3 entries. And if I make like 1,000 that day, I'm happy with 1,000. I took whatever the market gave me because I told her, until I get my confidence back, I'm gonna stay with that, and I'm gonna take whatever the market gives me. Until I saw now the market is busy changing, and I started getting my confidence back, and that is when I started increasing because I feel there's nothing wrong that if you feel you are not at the emotional stage where you should be,
Come on.
don't continue with that same risk. Reduce rather your risk
Come
and
on.
get your confidence back.
Oh,
Because
come
once you have your
on.
confidence back and you are the emotional, you will be able to make better decisions. You can't make decisions if you are emotional. I didn't
Come
even
on.
on my own at that stage because I just feel no.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
love that.
confident.
Come
I'm
on.
not going to go in a trade if I don't feel confident with myself. If I don't feel confident with the decision that I'm making. So do change that until you feel you have your confidence. I don't feel there's anything wrong with doing that at the stage because you're going to keep going and keep going and keep trying, and you're going to keep failing and failing and failing. And by the end of the day, you're going to lose total confidence.
Oh, so
So
good.
rather refocus and refresh
Reset.
and
Come
yeah,
fresh back.
reset.
I just want to answer these people on TikTok. So I do have an academy. We have a full mentorship program. So it is a full on. It's not just a course. It's a mentorship program. So for those who want to join, follow me on TikTok and see the details in my bio, right? You can also join us on YouTube here. And also come join the community if you're disciplined and consistent. And I always say, like, trading is more about, it's developing you as a person, right? It is not just about the charts. There's so much more going on. Like, there's so much more going into trading than just taking a trade and taking a setup. But like you say, we're dealing with real money, right? We are trading. Some of us trading with our loss. Some of us trading really to see, to get ourselves out of situations, right? So, what advice would you give to someone who feels frustrated because they don't see the growth?
I would say if your account is not growing, then you are doing something wrong. Your risk management, you don't manage it properly because you can't risk. If you know your daily profit is 1,000 rand, you can't go and lose 1,000 rand because you're going to make 1,000 tomorrow and lose that 1,000 again the next day.
Mm.
So then it's not gonna work. So if you know you're only making 1,000 a day, I would say your risk should only be 200 or 300 that you must lose. So you must focus on your percentage of your, what are you comfortable? Are you comfortable with the 1% or 2% that you want to lose? And if you lose that, work out how many positions you can enter, because a lot of people just work on the one trade 1%. If that one position already take 1%, another position is going to be 2, another one is going to be 3. So the whole total of your entries, should you lose money, must be then 1 or 2%. So if you can only at your risk that you are, and that total gets you to a 1 or 2%, for one entry, then you have to split that entry to say, okay, I'm going to reduce my risk so that what my total, I'm only able to enter 2 positions, or I'm only able to enter 3, because those 3 positions, should I lose money, it will then only come to a 2% or 1%. And then you must check and see for that 3 positions, what is your total profit that you are going to make for that day, so that you can then tell yourself, okay, my maximum loss for the day, if I make 1,000, I only want to lose 300 or 200 of that 1,000.
Yeah.
Because if you lose a 500 even, I feel it's too much. It's 50% of your profit that you're making, because now you're losing 500, you made 1,000 Monday, for example.
Yeah.
Now you're losing 500 Tuesday, now you're losing 500 Wednesday. That's your 1,000 rand gone that you made. And now Thursday, you're not sure Thursday, are you going to make money? Now you make 1,000, then it's only going to grow with that 1,000. But the main focus is manage your risk as little as you can, as long as you are consistent in making profit. Yes, set yourself a target. If you say your profit for the week should be like 2,000 for the week that I want to make, if you don't make that 2,000 and you made 1,000, be grateful, because your account is growing. You understand, it's growing, because sometimes the market is difficult. There's days that you only have 1 loss and you have 3 wins. Then there's days where you have 1 loss, 1 day where we don't get a proper entry, and then there's maybe 2 days that we make profit. Then there comes days where we have 3 days in profit and only 1 loss. Now,
you make up for that.
You make up for it. So the weeks when it's good, take from the market whatever you can get. Take as much as you can that week and keep that money. Like Thursday this week, we was in such good profit. Thursday, we didn't get the entry. We left it there because
we missed the entry.
Can take your weekly profit. Believe me, I've seen that. I've experienced that, where we try to force the market, and then it takes your profit that you made for the week, some of that profit, then you make less profit than what you thought you're going to make. And sometimes even if you lose by a Thursday, you still want to continue trading because you feel, oh, I need to make up for that loss. Believe me, on a Thursday, I feel if you have 1 loss, leave it there, stay out, and
come back next week.
Yeah, come back next week. Keep whatever you had made for that week. Just keep and hold on.
For instance, in my own personal trading, I don't trade on Fridays. I also don't trade news events, right? So I think in the beginning of my journey, that was a hard rule that I set for myself. And I built discipline around that, because I've realized that for 4 days I'm trading, and now I want to, why do I feel the need to trade every single day? You know, there's a day that you need to take a break. There's even days that you need to take maybe more than 1 day break, because maybe you have become undisciplined and you need to relook your strategy, and you need to relook what you are doing. You're not following your rules. So like I even took a whole week off at times, just to, for instance, to trading affects your mental. Like you need to be focused. And for me, I'm mentor, I teach, and I'm live. I'm every single morning. You expect me to have a clear mind, so I've seen that your mental capital can also get trained. And I saw also here Tandy asked, do you trade the Asian session? Because I was going to touch on that. There was times when we traded the Asian session as well. but then it had a bad effect on my body, for instance, because the timing is 3 a.m. in the morning. Yes, the strategy, we can still apply the strategy there, but it's not just about getting that win, it's also taking care of your mental. Do you agree with it?
Yes, I do agree. Your health and your mental health is also very important because that trading in the Asian, yes, we made money, but it drains you mentally and it can and it affects our health because I mean it's early morning.
Mm,
You don't get proper sleep the way you should, and now
mm.
you take the Asian trade and then you must be up again,
Later.
doing your things during the day. So which means you're not going to catch up with it sleep. And I even feel even if you try to catch up, a good night's sleep is not the same as sleeping during the day. So yeah, it affected our health and we just decided, you know what, no, let's rather stay out of the Asian market and
Mm.
focus on the day. And like Marilia said, you don't have to trade every day. We don't have to, yes, we trade 4 days a week, but we look and see if there's an opportunity. If there's not an opportunity, stay out. I rather not take a trade and not lose money than
Mm.
trying to force and then lose money. So for
Yeah.
me, if I have to trade only 2 days and make profit for those 2 days, I
Mm.
will then trade just that 2 days. Believe me, if we have a set day to know, okay, those are the 2 days that we know we're gonna make profit. We're only gonna trade that 2 days. I'll just trade that 2 days.
And make your
But
profit.
and
At
make
the
my
end of the
profit.
day, it's all about making your money and go. Because that's it. Another thing. Traders, they struggle to stop. Because you want to be
Yes,
hold. That's why I have a job, and I think that helps me a lot. Because once I'm done in the morning and I traded and I made my money, I'm so good. I am done. I don't even want to look at the charts again, because once you spend more time on the chart, you start seeing things, you start seeing opportunities, and you're not realizing, I'm gonna go and risk now my capital again. It's again emotional capital that the market's gonna take from you as well. Yes, there's days when the market do present like a good setup again, maybe in a different
yes.
session. So what is your feel on that? What is your feel with trading multiple sessions?
Yeah, I would also say for me, there is days, I will be honest, where I also like, do whole day trades and it drains you emotionally. And yes, you lose some, you win some, you lose some, you win some. Then by the end of the day, when I'm done, then I'm thinking, shoot,
It
I
wasn't
just should
worth.
have stayed this morning. It wasn't worth it. Yes, I made money, but in the whole process, I also lost money. And by the end of the day, I just feel I could have just keep my profit that I made this morning and just leave it with that. Because sometimes when you lose more, then you have to trade on again to be able to make up so that you can get back to that profit that you had
Yeah.
that morning. So I decided if I make profit in the morning, I will
Be
keep my
done.
profit, I will stay out.
Oh, it's the best.
Only
It's the best
only if
decision.
we don't get an opportunity to enter, will
Mm.
I maybe look in the afternoon to see, okay,
Mm.
do I see there's an opportunity to enter in the afternoon? But if I don't get it, I'll stay out. And
Yeah.
if I lose even and if I do enter and I lose once, um, I also stay out and I try to keep my entries very little. The morning I will enter more, a certain amount. But in the afternoon, when I try to see can I get an opportunity, if I see one, I will enter less positions than what I would have done in the morning.
Okay, but you have to be vigilant with your risk management. As long as when you take trades, that you are aware of how much you are risking. How you must know how many
Yes.
pips is your stop loss. That is the first thing, and that's
Yeah.
then how you calculate your lot size based on your account size. Because many traders, they just rock a big lot size there because they want to make more money, but then you don't realize that you did not calculate the risk. If it's 30 pips and you're using, for instance, on a dollar account, you're using a 0.10 30 pips, you're risking $30. If you open three positions with a 0.10, that is zero, it's $90 that you are now risking, right? So you
Yes.
need to go in. If you trade, if you enter that trade, you need to know what is the risk already, because that is helping me a lot in my, now that I'm using higher lot size. Like I would use 0.40, 0.30, right, on a trade. So even on my funded challenges, there you go, we trade with standard lots. So when, for me, what helps me to stay comfortable in the risk is knowing exactly how much am I going to lose if this trade goes against me. And that
Yes.
should be your goal. As and I'm talking to our traders here also, this is the risk management tips. That's why we're talking about growing a small account when you have small capital, right? You can't, will you say that the lot size is the most important part that you should manage?
Yes, I would say your lot size is important because your risk is determined based on your lot size. You can't have
Mm,
an account of 10,000, then you want to risk 0.05. It's too much. You
mm.
can't risk. I would say a comfortable, for me, a comfortable lot size is 0.02 when you only have a 10K
Mm.
account.
Then
So
how
that
many
is
positions do you
important.
open?
Then I will only like three positions that I will open because I
Mm,
work that out based on my 1% or 2% that I want to lose,
mm.
because that is important. You have to, before Marilyn starts a trade in the morning, what I do is I go and view myself and I will look at it and I will tell myself, "Ooh, today look a bit risky. Um, you know, will I be able, how many positions can I enter? How many, then I will determine, okay, my lot size today, because I don't feel confident with the trades today. I'm going to reduce my lot size to a certain. Then I will already do my calculations to see, okay, that is what I will make, and that is how much I can lose for based on what I make. So you can't, because you entered only now three positions and you think, oh, okay, it's fine, it's only three positions. Now I can risk more. You
Mm.
understand? Because then you're not going to see the profit that you want to make. So you must keep, if you know your pips must only be 30 pips for
True.
a loss, then you keep it 30 pips. What, it doesn't matter how many entries you have, you stick to that
We're
30 pips.
keeping we're keeping the stop loss fix, and that's a strategy that
Yes.
I implemented now with the group as well. I started to give, we're going to keep it fixed stop loss, because it helps you to manage the risk a bit better, knowingly that the risk, what we can lose, is a bit less. Tell me in the comments, how do you handle the lot sizes and the stop loss? Can we get some? I agree with you. Okay, 0.01 is a standard. I would, okay, okay. What lot size are you currently trading on gold, and what are you comfortable with? Put it in the chat there for us. Okay, I'm reading here. Someone says 0.01. And if you have to stay on 0.01 for some time until you grow your account, be disciplined to that lot size.
Yes.
So let's see more answers in the comments. What is your currently, what lot size are you using on gold? 0.01. Okay, great stuff, Tandy. Okay, okay. So I'm not gonna keep you longer. Is there any 0.0? Okay, Ryan also said this on 0.01. It's nice to see some of the community members here. No, sorry, guy, man. Don't. I didn't mean to. Can you please log off our live? How do you delete this person? Anyhow, I'm about to change. I'm about also to switch over now to the charts. 0.02 is a more acceptable size for me. Someone say stop loss is normally at 30. Okay, okay, okay. You see, you have to select a lot size that is working for you, right? It's good to see, but I feel maybe I should go up to 0. Let's talk about that, Tandy. Let's talk about it. Nice, Mimi. Let's talk about it. Um. All right. So I'm about to.
Maralia, Maralia, remember you told me when we were trading, you told me that one time that I can trade with a 0.20 with the funds that I have in my account.
Hmm.
And I told you, no, I'm not going to trade 0.20. The reason for that is that I feel I'm not emotionally ready for should I
Mm.
go into a loss. So that is also very important. If you feel, for me, the highest that I would go is 0.10, because I feel it irrespective of what my capital is. If I lose a certain amount of money, I am emotionally, I can feel fine with losing that. But the 0.20, I tried it and I saw when it comes back, I'm not emotionally prepared. So I won't even think about 0.20 now at this stage until I feel, I'm at a comfortable state. So your emotions must also be irrespective of how much your account is.
Hmm.
You must be emotionally ready. If you have a big account, you must be emotionally ready. Should your trade go into a loss? Are you ready? How do you feel comfortable losing that? So that is also important.
Thank you for that. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I remember you had a decent account size, like where I could see, like, I mean, why don't you use a higher lot size? Because I could see that your account could handle it. That was based on the fact that your account could handle it. But
Yes,
like you were saying, just because your account could handle it, you said to me, no, you're not comfortable. And that is, I respect that. I respect you as a trader for saying that, because you know your own emotional state. You
exactly.
know,
Yes.
you must take ownership of your emotional state. I can guide you, but I am not you when you sit in front of that PC. I'm not there to hold your hand. I can guide you and say, guys, we have to be patient. If that's the right, it's only a pullback. I can guide with the technicals and but at the end of the day, you are the one who's going to turn yourself into that six-figure trader. You the one who's going. It's your confidence. It's your, like, risk management that's going to get you to that next level. um Someone said, yeah, mentally and emotionally it's scary when you in a drawdown on a zero point zero 0.05 or a 0.10 lot size. It hurts. I agree. I don't want to laugh because we know it. We know exactly what you're saying, because you must remember, I always say that's why I preach this. You should not up your lot size too quick when you don't have at least experience in the market. And also, when this is one thing benefit of having a mentor, because I know when traders are not ready for a bigger lot size. I can say, because there's certain things you think you want to up the lot because you want to make a little bit more, but my concern is, can you handle it when there's a bigger loss? Because with upping the lot size comes bigger losses. You have to
Yes.
deal with the bigger losses also. And many times traders are not ready for that. You must prepare your brain, you must prepare your emotions for that. I did not go from a zero point zero 0.01 to a zero point zero 0.010 gradually, like that plan I gave you from 10K. We start with zero point 0.2, we go up to zero point 0.3, we go up to zero point 0.4, and then we are on zero point 0.5. And I said to you, if that's okay, we stick with zero. Even I, as a mentor, I still reduce my risk down if I took a big loss. There's no shame in that, because at the end of the day, it's about protecting your capital. We are in the business of growing capital. It's not We're not in the business of losing capital. So your first job should be to preserve capital preservation. I'm about to log off on TikTok, but I am going to focus now all my attention here on YouTube. Um, because thank you, ladies and gents, for joining us here on TikTok as well. We see you, we see the questions. If you want to know more about Capital Growth Academy, Sana is also in the comments. You can check to her. Also follow my TikTok and inbox me on TikTok as well, and we will get back to you. All good. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Okay, I'm about to log off this. Thank you so much. Tonight was awesome. Karen, is there anything the last that you would like to maybe share with our community before I go over to the trade setups?
Yes, I would say, especially for our new traders, um, focus on growing your account. That must be the main focus. Don't focus now on taking profit and making lots of money. Just focus on growing it now. And remember, always be responsible, irrespective of how big or how small your account is. Because the higher risk, the more you can lose. So I feel the more capital you have, the more careful you must actually be. Because you can get so overconfident. And remember, sometimes you're trading with a demo, then you guys are so confident and feel, oh, my demo are making money. Now you go to your real account and then you start trading there and then you get emotional and you lose your money. Don't get to the point where you lose all your capital. Stick to that 1 or 2%. Be disciplined because believe me, we made mistakes. I made mistakes where I lose money and I've learned through that mistakes. And that's why I feel that I need to share it so that you guys can know. Learn from our failures and also learn from our successes because you don't need to fail or do things wrong like we did. If you're going to follow the process by managing your risk management, that is very important. Lose as little as you can so that you can take from the profits that you are making. But if you're going to lose too much, you're not going to see it. You're going to feel despondent. You're going to lose your confidence. So don't do that. Focus on just your risk management because, ask Marilyn, I'm very strict on myself. Um, because I know what it's like to lose money and you don't want to lose that money. So I'm strict with myself. If I have to take profit before TP reach or it's close to the TP, I take my profit. If I see there's a drawback and I'm so much in profit already, I take my profit instead of losing that profit that I already made. If I don't make or reach my target for the day, that's fine with me. As long as I know I am in profit because there is days where the market is playing and then there's times we try to keep and you try to keep and then just when you think it's going, then it's coming down. So for me, but you don't have to do that, but that is how I am. If I can take my profit before it comes back, I take my profit. There is always runners that I will leave till my TP is, because if it doesn't go to our TP, then I know I already took some profit. So if it does go back, then I at least know I am still in profit and I haven't lost. So focus on that. Main focus must be making profit and managing your risk. Don't go after other people that said, you know what, I make so much money, I make that amount. You are just beginning. Don't compare yourself with others. Focus on what is important to you and growing your account and making money and get yourself to the point where you also become a confident trader. It's not going to happen overnight. It took me also a few years to get where I am now.
You 3 years in
It's
the
not
academy
easy.
now.
Yeah, three
Yeah.
years, and I'm still learning. And I mean, I'm still learning, and I'm still making mistakes where I also feel, could have
But
ended
your
there, not
growth
here.
happened very quick. In your first
Yeah.
6 months, you went into.
Yes.
I haven't seen, but also you could learn from my mistakes as well. You could I
Yes.
could
Yes.
tell you like that's not the way. Don't even go there. Don't try to do that.
Yes.
Like, and now I am so proud of you because you are an independent trader, and that is my goal with all the other traders. Like, it's your business. You're gonna run it. You're going to be at the stage where you look at your P&L at the end of the month, at the end of the quarter, at the end of the year, and you're gonna say, "This was my performance. This is what I put in, and that is what I got out." Um,
Yes.
Also, I see someone commented here on ROI. So when I come to the market, every setup that we look for is we take trades with a risk to reward for 1:2 and more. 1:2, 1:3. We don't take setups that get only gives us 1:1 risk to reward. Because the reason why I'm saying that is to be profitable over a long period of time consistently, you can have a win rate of 35% or 45%, but your risk to reward on a trade is 1:3, which means if you're losing 1% and your wins is 3%, one loss is not gonna one loss it is if you win one trade, you are already 3% up. If you lose another trade, you 1% down. So can you see how over a long period of time, because we only take good quality trades, we wait for confirmations, we wait for the market to present the setup to us, we don't chase the trades. Taking those type of trades that gives us a bigger target and lower risk, how does that help you in your results?
For me, it helps me because what I've realized in the past, if we chase a trade, you don't know if that trade is going to play out until where you're going to think. Because remember, we have a certain point where we want to enter. We worked out our trade based on that entry until there to make our profit. Sometimes it play out so fast, then it's beyond where our
Where
TP
our
is.
TP what? I like
Yeah.
that. Mention that.
Yes, yes. And now you try to enter. Remember, the market can manipulate you. Just when you try to enter, then it goes back.
Mm.
So, and I mean, those are things that happen with us in the past. So, I rather not just a trade and leave it. Rather wait till the trade plays out totally. And once you see a rejection, maybe somewhere, then I would say
Mm.
retry. But
Mm.
it also depends on the day and how the market is. But don't try and chase that trade because, yes, there is times that people chase a trade and they make it. But there's a
And you
day that
make
it's going to
money, yeah.
bite you back.
Yeah.
There's days
There's
that you're
gonna
going
be
to,
those lucky days, but like which is
yes,
saying, it's not sustainable in the long term. You
yes,
have to
yes.
try and build a system around your entries. So that's why the trade ideas I send out every morning, because I do the legwork in the morning. I actually check where would the market go. You don't even have to worry about that. You just have to follow it, right? But if you become an independent trader, you are basically going to have to uh, uh, be okay with sometimes your target is at 400 and then the market goes to 400 for way high 500 or 600, the market goes to that. And I know sometimes that now you can see maybe I must add to my position, like I do sometimes when I have a TP1 and TP2 on the days when the market shows us that it wants to go to TP2, we leave runners, right? So on those days, we actually win more than what our daily target was actually. So what do you do when you leave a runner? Do you open three positions and then when you leave a runner, you leave one position, or do you leave all your trades to run to the TP2? What is your approach?
I would say if you're going to leave all your trades for the TP2, you you will be so unhappy because there's times that it takes time to go to the TP2. I will take my profit, most of my profit by TP1. Then I will leave one runner
Mm.
for my TP2 because then I at least know I'm in profit, and then I will, for that one runner, I will then break even. So should that trade not play out, it's risk free and I at least already made my profit. That TP2 is just to make some additional money to see can I make more money. You understand? But
Mm.
you must already know that your TP1 is where it reached your target. You've got what you needed from the market, and now you go out. So I wouldn't leave all my trades because I've done that in the past. And then it comes back, and then I even make less
You didn't
because
even
now you
take
do the
out.
full.
You didn't take off anything. Yeah.
See, I don't take off
Yeah.
anything or I make less. So I would say take from my TP1 and only leave one runner
I
because
like. I like this
there's days
comment.
where we left one runner, then Osmaralia, then we make a lot of money because then that thing played out till our TP2 because then like TP2 is maybe 60 pips or 40 pips. And then we get it. But it doesn't give you that all the time. So your first priority must be
You mean
TP1.
600 or 400, not 60 or
Yeah, so
20.
sorry. Yes, 400 or
You guys do
600.
swing trades or
Yes.
scalping. Okay, so there's a question here. Let's answer that question. The first question there where it says, I used to enjoy your lives in the morning, then you just stop. What was the reason? I work in the morning. That's why I can't live stream in the morning. Yeah, so if the market is choppy, it's best to take it at TP1. Correct. We agree. It's depending on the market conditions. If the market seems choppy and we can clearly see there's an exhaustion in the structure, that there's a lot of weeks rejecting at the previous high or at the previous low, the market is indicating to us when the volume dies down as well. It's showing us, look, this might be a point of return. It might be a pullback. It might be a reversal here. So that is also how I based off my taking profits. I'm not just like you need to wait for that sign also in. That's why it's important to be able to read structure, because if you can read structure, now you can understand, okay, the market seems like it didn't break that previous high. It's still just sitting right there at the resistance, so it might not go further, or let's wait, it's showing that it wants to break that resistance, so it's confirmation now that the market will continue going up. So those are the type of things that we might not say, but those are the type of things that we look at to decide whether we're going to hold or whether we're going to take all the profits. Do you guys do swing trades or scalping? I am I am not a swing trader. I am a scalp trader. But some of our trades turn into day trading. What I mean by that, scalping, normally people have the idea that we scalping is like being in 15 minutes and 15 minutes. Sometimes our trade take an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours to play out, right, Karen?
Yes, yes.
So are you a swing trader or are you a scalp trader?
I would say I'm a scalp trader. There is times that I will swing trade if I see the opportunity is there.
We
Like
do
for
look,
instance, yeah,
we
then
do
we
look.
do look at we have overnight trades if we see the opportunity is there. But not all the time. Only when we see the opportunity, then we take the chance to see, okay, is it gonna play out or not? But then we always do it like a risk-free trade. We will set it at
Important.
entry. So if
Important.
it plays out, go back at night
We
while we still.
move the stop loss. We move because your management of your trade management should be on point when you take a swing trade. So we understand that there's two different approaches to the market, and you also need to manage that risk a bit. But swing trades can make you a lot of money, right?
Yes.
Swing trades can really, even if you are when you're trading with a small account, it's actually good to swing trade, to look for more long-term trades instead of scalping. Do you
Yes,
agree?
I agree with that. Yeah, because that is how I also grew
How
my
you grew
account
your account.
and making, reaching that 30K, over 30K is by doing that swing trades, taking a chance, see if it's gonna play out. Then it plays out and you can make your money. But it's always important to make that a risk-free entry because remember, a swing trade, you're not gonna sit and watch it the whole time. You're sleeping, it's gonna be overnight. So make sure that it is risk-free um on that trade. But it can play out. But
Thank
that
you
is
so
only when the market gives you that opportunity. It doesn't always give you, but there is days that it gives us that
I don't
opportunity.
think I'm gonna get to. I don't have the time to go through all our trades because it's already 20 past 7. Let's see this. I'm self-taught and would love to read. Like, Sanay will do. Clement, just follow us on WhatsApp. Send us a message on WhatsApp or inbox me on TikTok, and we will talk to you. We will get back to you guys. But only into the market when it's going according to your strategy. Yes, Marlon, you probably not in our community, so you don't know the strategy with trading. But that's why probably why you made that comment. Yes. Um, all right. So thank you so much, Karen, for coming on tonight and sharing your insight and sharing your knowledge and your experience. It was really nice having you on. If is there no questions for Karen before we log off? If there's no questions, then I'm going to say have a good night. We're just gonna log off our call, but I have 10 more minutes and I just to show the charts and go through some of our trades. Let's see who's still on. Are you all still here? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a hi. Tandy saying thank you so much, Karen. Clement
It's my
is
pleasure. Thank you for
Clement
having you all.
Clement is saying this was really great, man. Any chance we can get more of this? You must get into the community, Clement. Karen, can you see the comments?
No, I can't see it.
Okay, I'll read it for you. If who else is still on? Very insightful, Karen. Thank you. That's Bosa. Thank you. So some love to Karen. She's
Thank you, guys.
inspiring all of us. That's good. That's good. Do you guys swing that? Okay, I've seen that. Right. So now I'm gonna go over to the charts. So if you want to stay for, let's just recap so we can get ready for next week. Yeah, gold. Okay, so there's no more comments for Karen. Thank you so much, Karen. Let me go to the where's our thingy. So I'm gonna log out of this call now, and then you
Oh,
watch us on YouTube.
yes, yes. I'll continue on YouTube. Thank you very much for having me, you all, and enjoy your evening. Thank you, Maralia.
Uh,
Maralee.
all good, all good. Enjoy. We
Okay,
chat soon.
bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Karen and Marley. Oh, thank you, Karen, for the good advice. It's really helpful, especially for us that are new to trading. 100%. Thank you. Thank you for the comments. Mm, sure. That was really I'm so proud of Karen, really. I am inspired again for the journey. It is so good to see people's growth. If I did not tell everything like on how Karen started, and to see her talk like this tonight is inspiring to see that how she grew, man. And that's why I'm saying it's possible for you, Ryan. It's possible for you, Mimi. It's possible for you, Portia. It's definitely possible, Tandy. You can do it. It's you don't have to be the smartest. You just have to be the disciplined, and that's the hardest part. Um, Profitability comes with discipline and consistency to one strategy and following your risk management rules. It sounds so easy or simple and basic when I say that, but the doing, you know, it's the doing, and that's why we must really work on ourselves to get to that place where we are disciplined, and also patience with the journey. You guys see the big results that Karen is now at, or the days we had like last week. I remember now I'm getting mad when I make 4K in a day, because when you start to get profitable, you also become um your relationship with money. I'm gonna talk about that one day. Your relationship with money changes in terms of you're starting to get respect for money, um because now you can see what with this market, the opportunity, as we know, is endless. You can make so much money, but you can also lose so much more money. And your approach to the market is basically what's going to keep you profitable. And our goal is to become consistently profitable over a long period of time. And it's not just about the big wins, it's about building you up as a trader. And if you can make it consistent, grow your account over months, over years, I mean, it's for you and for your family, not for anyone else. Right. Let's get into. I'm going to start by the 3rd of August. I want to go back to a week ago, because something massive happened in the markets, right? Um, if you see these blue lines, it is my key levels. My mentees will know what key levels is. If you are new to me, to our community, we don't trade with indicators. We trade price action. We trade market structure. So we have a simple strategy that we look at the market, but I'm not gonna give all the source. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through the trades that we took this past week, right? Because it's just right for my community, for people who paid for this information. So, um, remember I said a week or 2 weeks ago that the market is sitting on the support, right? We had a live a week ago, also a live webinar, and we discovered that this is actually that the market came from this overall downtrend. Zoom in. I don't like the fact that I see all these lines. This was now for my lesson, all those markings. We were trending downwards for a long time, right? We were in a downwards trend, but then looking to this is exactly where we were sitting for consolidating on this on the higher time frame, right? And then in the 3rd of August, the Monday when we came to the market, this was my first reaction when I saw this. Like, wow, we're starting to see that. I'm going to also bring this a bit closer. So, you know how I drew my. So, this is your overall support, right? Support area. This is on the macro, on the overall structure, right? But now you are here, we were here on Monday, right here. And when we came to the market, remove this. We were waiting for a break in structure, right? So there was no break in structure on the 1 hour. I just want to move forward so I can see what was the screenshot for that. Let me just check. Let me just check. Oh, good. So we were looking for a break in structure, and I think this was it. As when we saw that the market was bouncing from the support, right? And wait, this was on the 3rd. Sorry, this was on the 3rd. There was a gap, but that's the reason why I don't want to look at a wonder, because this was the gap of the weekend, right here. But normally, if you look at the forex.com screen on your chart, you see the gap is gone, right? So this gave us a clear indication of a structure break right there, this candle. And when we saw that, we normally come to the market around 7 a.m. 7 a.m. in the morning is when we trade, right? So let's fast forward quickly to 7 a.m. And this is what we saw. That was 6 a.m. Let's see. I'm sure this was the day when we saw that. Okay, perfect. So you can already see that from this area where the market is breaking structure. If I use this to put it here, this is where the market broke structure, right? Right here. You can see it came back, pulled back. And when we came to the market around 7, let's see what was the next signal for us to boom. We waited for the market to give us a break, a pullback, and that's why, let me just bring up this trade setup. I need to move my screen now. I feel like my brain is now in a... let me rather share with you the exact same screenshot I shared with my group on that day. So this was on the hourly chart, right? And I said to you that the market has not shown us any clear structure yet, right? This was the first, you see this low here, and then the market was sitting right. I now know where we are at. Okay. So after this, we were watching the market giving us, there we go. So the market tapped right into at 7, as you can see here. At 7, this was the candle that the market tapped into. But it was sitting right, it's a rejecting of 4055. Right here at 4055, the market was rejecting off there, right? And then I said we're waiting to see if this 50-minute candle will close above 4060. This was my entry. So this was at 7, and I was watching this candle. As it's moving, this is how I built the trade, right? We were coming from a support, broke structure right here, came back, pulled back. So we were looking to take a buy from this area right here at 40555. So 4055, the market gave us two bullish candles, right? And then I said to you guys, this was actually a very, very early entry, because there we go, there is the break in structure candle, right? I don't know if you guys remember that, remember this was the break in structure candle or for our entry. So we waited for a pullback. There's the pullback, sorry. So it just went so fast now. But basically what I want you to understand is the process of developing your bias, and then managing to get, not managing, getting, following your process. First, develop your bias. What was the direction? Are we trading from a support, or are we trading from a resistance, right? Has the market given us a break of structure? Has the market given us a pullback? And it gave us all of that. And what, after the pullback, we're gonna enter at 4060. Why? Because we will wait for, let me see the stop loss I gave. The stop loss was 4057 right here. And you see there 30 pips. And the TP1 4070, around the 92 pips. 1 is to 3 risk reward. There TP1 got hit, right? And TP2 was at 4075. So I was gonna target this liquidity at the top there, right there, right? So here the first TP got hit. Now I said to you, move the stop loss to break even if you are holding to TP2, right? So you move your stop loss to the entry, and watch what happened. So the market actually moved to a little bit higher to 4072, and then it pulled back. So if you were still in the trade and you placed your entry at break even, the trade would have stopped you out, right? I want you to see how the market was reacting at that very same hour zone. That is our demand zone. And there we go. So if you didn't take profit at TP1, you would have been very like disappointed because the market pulled back. Let's see what happened then. So there was a trade for the Monday, still sitting in this overall support. Can you see it? Even though that candle came back into our zone, it's still just rejecting off until we see this break of a candle breaking, starting to break out, but not completely, right? And that is why it didn't continue all the way down, because this could also happen, thinking that okay, now it's starting to break, but it didn't break past that low. Yes, it pulled back, dropped down, but came back up again. So even if you took a sell here, you would have still been stopped out again. The only time that this sell actually worked out is when you see multiple candles of these ones here, 1 2 breaking this lows, and then continue. Check where it's going. It went to this major support here at the bottom. So understanding market structure will also help you to understand how the market moves on days when the market pulls back. You don't get angry at the market for pulling back. It's just it's following its market structure. Right? So on Tuesday the 4th, I'm going to go to that Tuesday the 4th quickly and just check the screenshot here that I sent in the group. First thing, driving in the market's been sitting in this. I think this was the day when I came to the market, when it was a bit late. Oh, we didn't take a trade on the 4th. There was no trade presenting itself for us. On the 5th, Let's see what happened on the 5th. Okay. So the 5th, that was around 7. All right. Are you still here? Let me see. Oh, there's a lot of comments. I don't even see the comments. I just want to be profitable. Absolutely. Sure, those questions, I'm not gonna answer those questions now. Clement, we and you will have to, we will need to have a discussion. Join the mentorship and I'll explain everything in detail. So now we are here on the 5th, right? Look at this trade. So on the 5th, we came to the market already. The market was trending so high. Remember, I said, wow, gold shot up high because now the previous day it broke this high. It broke these highs there. Oops. So this is where gold was sitting on that Wednesday, right? And it continued going up, right? So 7 o'clock when we came to the market, I said to you, oh my word, look at how high the market was sitting, right? So I said I had at 7:08. Let me just go to my screenshot so I can, was at 4135. So 4135 is where I sent the screenshot, like, yeah. Ah, so this was on the hourly, right? So when we came to the market at between 7 and 8, this is the screenshot I sent you, and I also sent the screenshot having again, there's our break of structure candle. So this is the candle that indicated to us that structure broke. That's a structure broke, right? And it's not just on the 15 minutes, it's also on the 1 hour, right? So there's the 1 hour. If you look to the left, and then that's the next high that we're going to target, right? So on the 15 minute, to get your entry, we would, there's our zone. Normally the zone is there where we draw our zone, waited for a pullback beautifully. After that, look at that, we waited for a pullback and our entry was going to be, let me just see, I must now not be okay, let me see where that entry was. Okay, the entry was on the second candle. So we waited at 4138. Right, that is the entry I sent in the group. You guys can go check. The stop loss was 4135. Check my stop loss. Check our stop loss, right? 30 pips. And our first TP was at 4150 or 4149. That is 115 pips. The first take profit. The second one take profit was at 4160. So if we were gonna hold, we were gonna hold until 4160. So that was our targets, and you see 4149 was the first target. There is already now, this is, you see, our risk to reward is 1:3. But now you will need to get your entry right. And we entered as soon as it broke out of our zone. That was our entry right at 4138. And then the market started, look at that. So on that day, the market just blew through TP1, blew through TP2, even went higher, never came back to stop loss. So once this candle hit TP1, we brought the stop loss to break even. If you held this trade longer, you made so much money. I think I made some decent money on this trade. So this was a very good trade on that Wednesday. So oops, I only see now how my screen is looking. Right. So that was that wins. Now you see, you don't always learn a lot from winners, because winners is so straightforward. Let's see what was our next trade. Our next trading day was the 6th. Um Yeah, let's do this one. Because on the 6th, we let's see what happened on the 6th. So on the 6th, if you check now, same time that we come to the market, same every morning, same time, 7 a.m. We we noticed that then price continued going up. This is when gold was just trending upwards, right? And then here it is, right? So when we came to the market, we waited for a solid break. So this was on the this day again. This liquidity candle right there, break of structure. We had a zone right there. So we waited for price to basically do something like this, break out and continue going up since it's sitting within this liquidity. And then let's see what happened. It took a while for this trade to actually develop, right? I remember when the trade started to break out, I gave an entry of, I think it was 4 to 60 years. Let me just, no, 4 to 6 3 actually, right here. Okay, as you can see, 4 to 6 3, and then 4 to 60 again. You know already what the stop loss is gonna be because it's gonna be 30 pips, right? And our TP1 was at 4274. Now this day really worked on my nerves. This was a really 427. No man, 74. Why was it the TP so close though? Why? Okay, but this was the TP. Okay, it was 130 pips. Was a 1:4 risk reward. But what happened on this day though? Candlestick. Get in now. I gave you an entry. Okay. Am I on the right? Oh, guys, I'm not on the right. I'm not on the right. You know, you won't even tell me because it something doesn't look right for me. Okay, so I'm not at the right time. Wait, that looks so good, but that's basically our strategy. Sixth. That's not where we entered. We entered around here, guys. We entered. This was the day when it hit our stop loss and then it went into profit. Remember, we entered here 436, same 4363, and then had a stop loss of 4 to 60 here still. Let me bring it closer because this was earlier. We entered earlier. So there we go. We entered on this candle, this green candle after the pullback. Yeah. There we go. There we go. We have it there. I have it now. And then I'll take profit, whatever it was there. So this is what happened. The price hit our stop loss on that pullback, thinking that it's gonna continue up. It hit our stop loss, but this was right in our within our zone. It's still in my zone. It's still in, as you can see, at the support, and it did eventually hit TP. But check here, that was way too early. That so I like showing this as well. Our stop loss do get hit. There's not 100% winning here for us. We do get, but as long as you keep that stop loss fixed, because imagine, like I explained on all those other days, when I won, we made 3 times more. We made more than what we risk because our stop loss is fixed 30 pips. Now, this was the day when our stop loss got hit and we stayed out of the market and we said, oh, we're all good. We come back the next day and we're going to trade the very same setups, the very same strategy. So the 6th, let me just check. The 6th was on a Thursday. So we don't trade on Fridays. So now we're going to come back to this week Monday. This week Monday was a public holiday, as you know. It was the 10th. Okay, so let's go to the 10th quickly. So Monday's trade we send out. I think I got to the market around 7, if I'm not mistaken. And I already also saw, because it was NFP the previous Friday, right? The market was already in an uptrend trending, like is doing here now. Let me just delete. So the market was trending in this uptrend. There we start with, and now it's sitting in this. Yes, we pay attention to also to what we see on the left. So currently to the left, there is your previous 4360, your key levels. There is your previous resistance. But we are now sitting right here. So seeing that we are in an uptrend, we're going to look for buys, right? And then how I saw this trade on Monday was, we needed to see a break above 4342. Remember the message I sent? 4342. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. And there we go. So I needed to see this break here first before I was going to enter. 4342. And then we needed to see a pullback, right? Because our entry was going to be at 4341. We needed to see a pullback to 4341. Stop loss was 4337. Right there. Here's your 30 pips. And your TP1 was 4350. Now this Monday, the market was still recovering from coming back from, there's your 100 pips, right? So remember where you are at the market. It's on a Monday. The market's coming back from a like, what do you call it? The NFP, understanding the conditions of the market. Wait, let me just do this quickly so I can go to the lower time frame. No, why is it doing that now? Anyhow, our entry was at 4340. 4343, right? Stop loss. Move to stop loss to 4340 even after the pullback. Right? After the pullback. And this is what. Remember, it was first sitting here for a while. Retesting at the entry. Tight stop loss. TP1. 4350. So this was also a very good day, Monday. 4350. And then TP2 was at 4355. So this was Monday's trade that we got. Then let's see. Tuesday we did not take a trade, if I'm not mistaken. No trade on Tuesday. The market just never came back, never pulled back to our entry where I wanted it to enter. And then Wednesday we got stopped out now. Yeah, we got hit on stop loss. So this will be my last. Let's go to Wednesday. So Wednesday was also a weird day because we got stopped out. What was it? The 12th. But check how this market was looking, right? So we know that gold is trending upwards, right? And we can see this leg, higher high, lower high, higher high, higher low, sorry, higher high, higher low. So you see the structure is definitely looking more bearish. We know it wants to go higher and continue going up, right? So sitting at the support, watching this market forming, wait, check here. Already broke this high as well. Now, our setup was basically, let me show you where my setup was at 4402. Yeah, here it is. So at 4402 was my entry. Like literally, this is the screenshot I sent in the group. 4402, 4398, right there, and then 4415. A bit of a bigger a pip size here. 98 was like 38 pips. Um, but the take profit target here was for, if this trade was to play out, was 130 pips or 128 pips. And then the detail stop loss right there. So when this trade, we actually entered on this green this week here. You see this week. So this candle actually faked us out, like pulled back and then it gave us green to enter, but then this red candle just dropped like so hard on us, and that is liquidity at the bottom. So check here, seeing where we wanted to enter right on this previous high, but then the market broke through that support and then came back to this previous high here, like here at the bottom. Let's see. Oops. So yeah, look what the market did. It just grabbed liquidity and then went all the way up. So these are things that happen. That's why you need to protect. And then it was CPI. It was news later in the day afterwards. But yeah, that was the week for us. I'm really tired now. I can feel I'm getting so tired. Um, that was the week for us. We had some good trades. We also had some not so good trades, and the most important part is that you preserve your capital so we can take some trades next week. Again, it's good to trade with the community. We come to the market. I share all my trades for maybe just to give you guys an like a um I wanted to show you something now, but it's not gonna work. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys something, but it's fine. Um, yeah, so that was it for the week, and I hope you learned something, and we will be back next week. Um, recoup this weekend, rest a bit, work on your journal, work on getting yourself ready with those keep the capital, guys, keep the capital so we can have good week next week as well. um yeah, thank you ladies, thanks for those who stayed until the end. Thank you so much. We will be back. The live webinars is every second Friday, as you know. um we will keep it spicy, we will keep it going. Right, thank you. I'm going to end the live now. It was a good night. Keep well and enjoy your weekend. It's so nice to read all the comments. Thank you so much, Shanae, as well. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you for all that you are doing for the academy. I see you. Have a good weekend, ladies and gents, and I'm excited for next week. Cold is going to take us places. Bye.